If you are over 60 and worried about blood flow in your legs because your feet feel cold or your legs feel heavy before you even finish the grocery store, the drink you choose can matter, but not in the miracle way people online promise. In this video, I will rank 7 drinks, from helpful to the strongest practical daily choice. Some support hydration and blood vessel function, others mostly add sugar. And if leg pain is new, one-sided, severe, getting worse, or comes with color change or a wound, that is not a drink problem. Number 7, plain water. That may sound too simple, but after 60, a lot of people judge circulation by how their legs feel during normal errands. The parking lot, the mailbox, the stairs, the walk from the kitchen to the laundry room. If you are a little underhydrated before that moment, your body has less basic support to work with. Water does not open blocked arteries. It does not treat PAD, but hydration supports normal blood volume, blood pressure stability, and the everyday work your muscles are trying to do. A practical way to use it is not to force a giant bottle. Try 8 to 12 ounces earlier in the day, especially before errands or a gentle walk, unless your clinician has you on fluid limits for heart, kidney, or other medical reasons. If you get dizzy, confused, unusually weak, or your urine is very dark, do not treat that as normal aging. The point is simple. Before chasing special drinks, make sure the foundation is not missing. There is also a behavior piece here. Many people drink less because they do not want extra bathroom trips, especially before leaving the house. That is understandable. But if you respond by barely drinking all morning, then ask your legs to carry you across a big parking lot. You may be starting behind. You do not have to flood your system. You are simply giving your body a fair starting line. Number 6, green tea. If your usual afternoon drink is soda, sweet tea, or a creamy coffee drink, green tea can be a small swap that supports a better circulation-friendly routine. Tea contains plant compounds called catechins and flavonols. Human studies have linked tea intake with improvements in endothelial function, which is one way researchers measure how well blood vessels relax. That does not mean 1 cup sends blood rushing into your calves. It means green tea belongs in the reasonable support category. For most people, 1 cup earlier in the day is enough to test. If caffeine makes your heart race, worsens sleep, or bothers your stomach, choose decaf or skip it. The win here is not drama. It is replacing a sugary habit with a warm, steady drink that does not ask your body to fight extra sugar while you are trying to support your legs. This is why green tea belongs above plain water, but below the stronger options. It adds plant compounds, but it is still gentle enough for a normal Tuesday. You can put it beside breakfast, sip it before a short walk, or use it as the drink that keeps you from reaching for something sweeter. That kind of small, repeatable swap is often more useful than a dramatic drink you try twice and forget. Number 5, unsweetened cocoa. Many people hear cocoa and think hot chocolate with whipped cream. That version may taste good, but it is not the reason cocoa shows up in circulation research. The useful part is cocoa flavonols, a group of plant compounds studied for blood vessel function and blood pressure markers. A recent review of randomized trials found flavin-3-OLs from foods like cocoa and tea can improve some vascular markers, especially in people with higher baseline blood pressure. The practical version is 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa stirred into warm, low-fat milk, soy milk, or another unsweetened option that fits your diet. Add cinnamon if you want flavor. Go easy on sugar. If you turn it into a candy drink, the helpful idea gets buried. This is a good evening option for someone who wants comfort without caffeine. It can feel like a treat, but it still has a job. Support the blood vessels you rely on when you stand up, step off a curb, or carry groceries from the car. One more detail. Cocoa is not a reason to ignore the rest of the meal. If dinner was just crackers or breakfast was only coffee, cocoa will not magically give your legs everything they need. But as a warm drink in a day that already includes enough protein, vegetables, and movement, it can be a pleasant way to add circulation-supporting plant compounds without turning the whole conversation into pills and powders. Number 4, pomegranate juice. Pomegranate juice has a strong health halo, and some of that reputation comes from studies on blood pressure and endothelial function. Reviews of randomized trials suggest pomegranate juice may help blood pressure markers in some settings. That is useful because blood vessel health and blood pressure control are part of the larger circulation picture after 60. But here is where people get into trouble. Juice is concentrated. A big glass can bring a lot of sugar very quickly. If you are watching blood sugar, weight, appetite, or triglycerides, that matters. A smarter serving is 4 to 6 ounces of 100% pomegranate juice, not a tall glass poured mindlessly while watching TV. The best place for pomegranate is usually not all-day sipping. It is a measured pour with a meal or mixed with sparkling water so the portion stays modest. That matters because a drink can be heart-healthy in one context and too much sugar in another. After 60, the smarter question is not, is this drink good or bad? It is, does this serving fit my body, my appetite, my blood sugar, and the walk I am trying to protect? Number 3, a blueberry smoothie. Picture this. You have coffee, maybe toast, and then by late morning, your legs feel tired walking through Walmart or climbing the stairs at church. That may not be only a circulation question. It may also be that your morning did not give your body much useful material. A blueberry smoothie can help because berries bring polyphenols, and smoothies can carry protein if you build them right. In older adult research, blueberry polyphenols have been studied for vascular function, including flow-mediated dilation, which is a blood vessel response measure. That still does not make blueberries a leg circulation treatment, but it does make them a smart part of a blood flow-friendly breakfast. Try half a cup to 1 cup of blueberries blended with plain Greek yogurt, unsweetened soy milk, or another protein-containing base. If chewing is harder in the morning, this can be easier than a large plate. If blood sugar is a concern, avoid adding juice, honey, or sweetened yogurt. Let the berries do the flavor work. The real benefit is not just the berry. It is the combination, fluid, plant compounds, and enough substance to support the muscles you expect to carry you through the day. This is also a good caregiver-friendly option. If your mom or dad keeps saying, "I'm fine," but you notice they are skipping breakfast and sitting down more often after errands, a smoothie can be a respectful way to help without taking over. You are not saying, "You are weak." You are saying, "Let's make breakfast easier." That dignity matters. People do better with habits that feel like support, not supervision. And keep the smoothie drinkable. If you pack it with ice cream, sweet juice, and sweetened yogurt, you have moved away from the reason it made the list. A better version tastes good, pours easily, and still leaves room for real food later. Number 2, beetroot juice. This is the drink most people expect to be number 1, and there is a reason it is popular. Beetroot is rich in dietary nitrate. Your body can convert nitrate into nitric oxide, a molecule involved in blood vessel relaxation. Some studies in older adults show acute effects on certain vascular or blood pressure markers after nitrate-rich beetroot juice. Other research, including a 2024 study in older adults with treated hypertension, found more mixed results. That mixed picture is important. Beetroot juice may help some people, but it is not a guaranteed fast fix for heavy legs. It is not a treatment for PAD. It is not a reason to ignore calf pain that comes on with walking and eases with rest. If you want to try it, think small, 4 to 8 ounces, not a huge bottle. Be aware it can turn urine or stool reddish, which can surprise people. If you have low blood pressure, take blood pressure medications, have kidney stone history, or have been told to manage potassium or oxalates, ask before making it a routine. Beetroot earns the number 2 spot because the mechanism is relevant and the evidence is real. It stays out of number 1 because a daily routine has to be useful, safe, and repeatable, not just exciting. There is another reason to be careful with beetroot. Online advice often talks as if nitric oxide is a switch. Flip the switch, blood flow improves, problem solved. The body is not that simple. Blood vessels, nerves, muscles, medications, diabetes, smoking history, cholesterol, and activity all shape what your legs feel like. Beetroot may support one pathway. It does not erase the rest of the picture. So if beetroot works for you, treat it as one tool. Use it on a day when you can notice your response. Do not combine it with a hard new walking routine and 3 other changes, because then you will not know what helped or what bothered you. Number 1, a nitrate-rich green smoothie. This may not sound as flashy as beet juice, but for many adults after 60, it is the strongest practical choice. Instead of relying on one concentrated juice, you can build a drink around leafy greens, such as spinach or arugula, water, a squeeze of lemon or orange, and a small handful of berries if you want it smoother. Leafy greens can provide dietary nitrate, and research on nitrate-rich vegetables suggests they can support blood pressure markers when eaten consistently. The reason this wins is the daily fit. You get hydration, you get plant compounds, you get less sugar than many juices. You can make the serving smaller or larger depending on appetite, and you can pair it with a real breakfast instead of pretending a drink replaces food. Start simple. 1 handful of greens, water, lemon, and berries. Blend it thin, not like a heavy milkshake. If you need protein, have it beside eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, or another protein food that fits your health situation. If you have kidney disease, take medications that affect potassium, or have been told to limit greens, do not copy someone else's smoothie without asking your care team. This is the best answer because it respects the body you actually live in. It supports the blood vessel pathway people are chasing with beet juice, but it does it in a calmer daily pattern. You can also adjust it without losing the idea. If raw greens bother your stomach, use a smaller handful. If the taste is too strong, add more lemon or berries. If chewing is easy and you prefer a plate, eat the greens and drink water beside them. The smoothie is not magic because it is blended. It wins because it turns a useful food pattern into something easier to repeat. That is what many people after 60 actually need, not a heroic health project. A drink they can make on a morning when the knees are stiff, the weather is bad, and they still want enough energy to get to the pharmacy, the garden, or the community center. So here is the quick match. If you are underhydrated, start with water. If you want a better daily swap, choose green tea. If you want comfort, use unsweetened cocoa. If you want a small tart juice, pomegranate can fit. If breakfast is too light, build a blueberry smoothie with protein. If you want the famous nitric oxide drink, beetroot is worth understanding. And if you want the strongest everyday routine, make the nitrate-rich green smoothie your first experiment. But do not let any drink distract you from warning signs. If leg pain is new, severe, one-sided, getting worse, happens at rest, or comes with numbness, color change, sudden coldness, swelling, chest pain, shortness of breath, or a wound on the foot that will not heal, call a clinician. If symptoms are sudden or severe, seek urgent care. For P, AD, and other circulation problems, medical care, supervised walking, medication decisions, smoking cessation, cholesterol and blood pressure control, and diabetes management can matter far more than a drink. A good drink can support your day. It cannot replace care. That may sound less exciting than a secret cure, but it is actually more empowering. A secret cure makes you dependent on the next claim. A clear boundary gives you choices. You can choose water before the store. You can choose green tea instead of soda. You can choose a smaller pomegranate serving. You can choose beetroot with context. You can choose the green smoothie as a routine. And you can choose to call for help when your symptoms cross the line. Tomorrow morning, try this. Choose one drink from this list, use a sensible serving, and notice how your legs feel during one normal, easy walk. Not a test of toughness. Just the mailbox, the hallway, the parking lot, or the stairs. Write down what you tried and how you felt, so the pattern does not live only in your memory. The goal is not to chase a miracle. The goal is to give your body steady support, keep your independence in view, and know when your legs are asking for more than a kitchen answer.